Welcome to the English learning community. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode. Today, we're diving into something truly special, a story that's not just going to improve your listening and writing skills, but also inspire you to take your English to the next level. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get started. Have you ever been in a situation where someone was speaking and you just couldn't catch everything they said? Or maybe you were trying to write something in email, a message, or even a story, but the words just wouldn't come to you? Trust me, we've all been there. But here's the good news. Today's episode is designed to help you overcome those challenges. We're going to explore real-life stories and examples that show you exactly how English is used in everyday conversations. These stories are packed with practical vocabulary, natural sentence structures, and tips that will boost your confidence and fluency. By the end of this episode, you'll not only understand English better, but also feel more comfortable using it in your own life. But before we dive into the story, I want to ask you a few questions. These are meant to get you thinking and set the stage for what's coming next. As you listen to today's episode, keep these questions in mind. 1. Have you ever felt nervous about speaking English because you were afraid of making mistakes? 2. What's one situation where you struggled to understand someone speaking English? 3. When you write in English, do you sometimes feel like you're missing the right words? These questions are more than just food for thought. They're the foundation of what we're about to explore. The story you're going to hear today is all about overcoming fear, embracing mistakes, and finding the courage to keep going. It's about real people, real challenges, and real growth. And trust me, by the end of it, you'll feel inspired to take on your own English learning journey with a fresh perspective. Are you ready? Let's jump into today's story and discover how mistakes can actually be magic in disguise. Let's go. Confidence boost. Speaking English without fear. Beginning of a journey. Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village nestled in the heart of Europe, there lived a young woman named Anna. Anna was in her mid-20s, with a heart full of dreams and a mind brimming with curiosity. She had always been fascinated by the world beyond her village, a world where people spoke different languages, shared diverse cultures, and had stories that seemed to stretch across oceans. Anna's village was quaint, with cobblestone streets, old brick houses, and a central square where the community gathered for festivals and markets. Life was simple, and everyone knew each other. But Anna often felt like she was meant for something more. She had a deep desire to explore the world, to meet new people, and to learn about different ways of life. However, there was one thing holding her back: her fear of speaking English. English was the language that connected the world, the key to unlocking doors to new opportunities. But for Anna, it was also a source of immense anxiety. She had learned English in school, but her lessons had been limited to grammar rules and vocabulary lists. She had never actually spoken the language with anyone. The thought of trying to converse in English filled her with dread. What if she made a mistake? What if people laughed at her? What if she couldn't understand what others were saying? One day, Anna's best friend Clara came to her with exciting news. Clara had been accepted into a summer exchange program in London, and she wanted Anna to come with her. "It's the perfect opportunity for you to practice your English," Clara said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "I've always wanted to travel, and this is your chance." Anna's heart raced. The idea of going to London was thrilling, but the thought of speaking English in a foreign country was terrifying. She hesitated, her mind filled with doubts. "What if I can't communicate? What if I embarrass myself?" she asked Clara. Clara smiled reassuringly. "Anna, everyone makes mistakes when they're learning a new language. The important thing is to try. You'll never improve if you don't take that first step." Anna knew Clara was right, but the fear was still there, gnawing at her confidence. She spent the next few weeks agonizing over the decision. Finally, with a deep breath and a leap of faith, she decided to go. She would face her fear head-on and take the opportunity to grow. The day of their departure arrived, and Anna felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as she boarded the plane to London. She clutched her passport tightly, her mind racing with thoughts of what lay ahead. Clara, sensing her friend's anxiety, reached over and squeezed her hand. "We're in this together," she said. "You're not alone." As the plane touched down in London, Anna felt a surge of adrenaline. The city was bustling with life, a stark contrast to the quiet village she had left behind. The streets were filled with people from all walks of life, speaking a myriad of languages. The air was thick with the hum of conversation, and Anna felt both exhilarated and overwhelmed. Their first few days in London were a whirlwind of new experiences. They visited iconic landmarks like Big Ben, the Tower of London, and Buckingham Palace. They explored vibrant markets, sampled delicious food, and immersed themselves in the rich history and culture of the city. But amidst all the excitement, Anna's fear of speaking English lingered. One evening, as they sat in a cozy cafe, Clara turned to Anna and said, "You know, you haven't spoken a word of English since we got here. You've been letting me do all the talking." Anna looked down at her cup of tea, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. "I know," she admitted. "I'm just so scared of making a mistake." Clara leaned in, her expression serious. "Anna, you can't let fear hold you back. You're here to learn, and that means taking risks. You're not going to improve if you don't try." Anna knew Clara was right, but the thought of speaking English still filled her with dread. She decided to take small steps, starting with simple interactions. The next morning, she mustered up the courage to order her breakfast in English. Her voice trembled as she spoke, and she stumbled over her words. But the barista smiled warmly and handed her the food without a hint of judgment. That small victory gave Anna a glimmer of confidence. She realized that people weren't going to laugh at her or judge her for her mistakes. They were more interested in understanding her than in pointing out her errors. With each passing day, she grew a little more comfortable, pushing herself to speak a little more. But the real test came one afternoon when Clara fell ill and had to stay in their hostel. Anna was left to navigate the city on her own. She felt a pang of panic as she stepped out into the bustling streets, but she reminded herself that this was her chance to prove to herself that she could do it. As she wandered through the city, she found herself in a charming little bookstore. Shelves were lined with books of all genres, and the air was filled with the comforting scent of paper and ink. Anna browsed through the titles, her fingers tracing the spines of the books. She was so engrossed that she didn't notice the shopkeeper approaching her. "Can I help you find something?" the shopkeeper asked, his voice warm and friendly. Anna's heart skipped a beat. She had to respond in English. She took a deep breath and said, "I'm just looking, thank you." The shopkeeper smiled and nodded. "Let me know if you need any help." Anna felt a surge of relief. She had done it. She had spoken English, and it hadn't been as scary as she had imagined. Encouraged by this small success, she continued to explore the bookstore, striking up a conversation with the shopkeeper about her favorite authors and books. By the time she left the store, Anna felt a newfound sense of confidence. She realized that speaking English wasn't about being perfect. It was about communicating and connecting with others. She still had a long way to go, but she had taken the first step, and that was what mattered. As she walked back to the hostel, Anna felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had faced her fear and come out stronger on the other side. She knew that this was just the beginning of her journey, but she was ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. The turning point. Anna's newfound confidence didn't mean that her journey was without challenges. In fact, the days that followed were filled with moments of self-doubt and frustration. But each time she stumbled, she reminded herself of the progress she had made and the importance of perseverance. One particularly memorable day, Anna and Clara decided to visit a local museum. The museum was renowned for its extensive collection of art and historical artifacts, and Anna was eager to explore it. As they walked through the exhibits, Anna found herself captivated by the stories behind each piece. She wanted to ask questions, to engage with the museum guides, but her fear of speaking English held her back. Clara, noticing Anna's hesitation, gently encouraged her. "Why don't you ask the guide about that painting? You seem really interested in it." Anna hesitated, her mind racing with excuses. What if I say something wrong? What if I can't understand their response? Clara placed a reassuring hand on Anna's shoulder. You'll never know unless you try. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. Taking a deep breath, Anna approached the museum guide who was standing near a beautiful landscape painting. "Excuse me," she began, her voice trembling slightly. "Can you tell me more about this painting?" The guide smiled warmly and began to explain the history and significance of the artwork. Anna listened intently, her initial nervousness fading as she became engrossed in the guide's words. When the guide finished, Anna managed to ask a follow-up question, her confidence growing with each word. As they walked away from the exhibit, Clara beamed with pride. "See? You did it. And you did great." Anna felt a surge of happiness. She had faced her fear and come out stronger for it, but she also knew that this was just one small step in her journey. There would be more challenges ahead, but she was determined to keep pushing forward. That evening, as they sat in a cozy cafe, Anna reflected on her progress. She realized that her fear of speaking English had been holding her back, not just in language, but in life. By confronting that fear, she had opened herself up to new experiences, new friendships, and new opportunities. She also realized that she wasn't alone in her struggle. Many people around the world faced similar challenges when learning a new language. It was a universal experience, one that required patience, perseverance, and a willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. As the days turned into weeks, Anna continued to push herself to speak English. She struck up conversations with locals, joined a language exchange group, and even volunteered at a community center where she helped teach English to refugees. Each experience brought its own set of challenges, but also its own rewards. One day, while volunteering at the community center, Anna met a young boy named Ahmed. Ahmed had recently arrived in London with his family, fleeing a war-torn country. He was shy and hesitant to speak, much like Anna had been when she first arrived. Seeing herself in Ahmed, Anna felt a deep sense of empathy and connection. She sat down with Ahmed and began to talk to him in simple English, using gestures and pictures to help him understand. Slowly but surely, Ahmed began to open up, his initial shyness giving way to curiosity and excitement. By the end of the session, Ahmed was smiling and eagerly participating in the activities. As Anna watched Ahmed's transformation, she realized the power of language to connect people, to bridge gaps, and to create understanding. She also realized how far she had come in her own journey. The fear that had once held her back was now a distant memory, replaced by a sense of confidence and purpose. The confidence boost. As the summer drew to a close, Anna and Clara prepared to return to their village. But Anna knew that she was returning as a different person. The experiences she had had in London had changed her in ways she could never have imagined. She had faced her fear of speaking English and had come out stronger on the other side. She had learned that mistakes were not something to be feared, but rather opportunities to learn and grow. She had discovered the joy of connecting with people from different backgrounds and cultures, and the power of language to bring people together. But perhaps most importantly, she had learned that confidence was not something that came naturally or easily. It was something that had to be earned through hard work, perseverance, and a willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. Beside that, subscribe to our channel for valuable videos. I love you learning and enjoying. Let's continue. As she boarded the plane back home, Anna felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She knew that her journey was far from over, but she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. She had found her voice, and she was determined to use it to make a difference in the world. When Anna returned to her village, she was greeted with warmth and excitement by her family and friends. They were eager to hear about her adventures in London, and Anna was more than happy to share her stories. But she also noticed something different in the way she spoke. Her words flowed more easily, her confidence shining through in every sentence. One evening, as she sat with her family around the dinner table, her younger brother Lucas turned to her and said, "Anna, you've changed. You seem so much more confident now." Anna smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "I have changed," she admitted, "but it wasn't easy. I had to face my fears and push myself out of my comfort zone. And you know what? It was worth it." Lucas nodded, his eyes filled with admiration. "I want to be like you, Anna. I want to be brave and confident, too." Anna reached over and ruffled her brother's hair. "You will be, Lucas. Just remember, confidence doesn't come from never making mistakes. It comes from learning from those mistakes and not letting them hold you back." As the days turned into weeks, Anna found herself sharing her experiences with others in the village. She started a small English conversation group where people could come together to practice speaking English in a supportive and encouraging environment. She also began volunteering at the local school, helping students with their English lessons. Through these activities, Anna discovered a new passion, helping others overcome their fears and build their confidence. She realized that her journey had not just been about learning a new language, but about finding her purpose and making a difference in the lives of others. One day, as she was walking through the village square, Anna ran into an elderly woman named Mrs. Kowalski. Mrs. Kowalski had always been a pillar of the community, known for her wisdom and kindness. She smiled warmly at Anna and said, "I've heard about the work you're doing with the English conversation group. It's wonderful to see young people like you taking the initiative to help others." Anna felt a surge of pride. "Thank you, Mrs. Kowalski. I just want to help people realize that they're capable of more than they think." Mrs. Kowalski nodded, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. "You're doing more than that, Anna. You're showing them that it's okay to be vulnerable, to make mistakes, and to keep trying. That's a lesson we all need to learn." As Anna walked away, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had come a long way from the timid young woman who had been afraid to speak English. She had faced her fears, embraced her imperfections, and found her voice. And in doing so, she had inspired others to do the same. Anna's journey was a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of stepping out of one's comfort zone, and the transformative power of confidence. It was a journey that resonated with people from all walks of life, reminding them that they too could overcome their fears and achieve their dreams. And as Anna looked to the future, she knew that her journey was far from over. There would be more challenges, more opportunities, and more lessons to learn. But she was ready to face them all, with confidence, courage, and an open heart. The ripple effect. Anna's story didn't end with her return to the village. In fact, it was just the beginning of a new chapter, one that would have a ripple effect on the lives of many others. The English conversation group that Anna had started quickly grew in popularity. People from all over the village, young and old, began to attend, eager to improve their English and gain the confidence to communicate with the wider world. Anna's approach was simple but effective. Create a safe and supportive environment where people felt comfortable making mistakes and learning from them. One of the regular attendees was a middle-aged man named Piotr. Piotr had always been a hard worker, but he had never had the opportunity to learn English. He was shy and hesitant at first, but Anna's encouragement and patience helped him to open up. Over time, Piotr's confidence grew, and he began to speak English more fluently. This newfound skill opened up new opportunities for him, including a promotion at work that required him to communicate with international clients. Another attendee was a young girl named Marta. Marta was in high school and had always struggled with English. She was afraid of speaking in class, worried that her classmates would laugh at her mistakes. But in Anna's conversation group, Marta found a supportive community that encouraged her to keep trying. With Anna's guidance, Marta's English improved dramatically, and she went on to win a scholarship to study abroad. Anna's impact extended beyond the village. Through her volunteer work at the local school, she inspired a new generation of students to embrace language learning and to see it as a gateway to new opportunities. She organized cultural exchange programs where students from the village could connect with students from other countries, fostering a sense of global citizenship and understanding. One of the most memorable moments came when Anna received a letter from Ahmed, the young boy she had met at the community center in London. Ahmed had settled into his new life in London and was thriving in school. He wrote to thank Anna for for her kindness and encouragement, and to tell her that she had inspired him to keep learning and to never give up on his dreams. As Anna read Ahmed's letter, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She realized that her journey had not just been about overcoming her own fears, but about inspiring others to do the same. She had created a ripple effect, touching the lives of people in ways she could never have imagined. Anna's story is a reminder that confidence is not something that comes naturally or easily. It is something that has to be earned through hard work, perseverance, and a willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. It is about embracing vulnerability, learning from mistakes, and finding the courage to keep trying. But perhaps most importantly, Anna's story is a testament to the power of connection. Language is more than just a tool for communication. It is a bridge that connects people, cultures, and ideas. By learning to speak English, Anna not only opened up new opportunities for herself, but she also created a space where others could do the same. As Anna looked to the future, she knew that her journey was far from over. There would be more challenges, more opportunities, and more lessons to learn. But she was ready to face them all, with confidence, courage, and an open heart. And so, Anna's story continues, a testament to the transformative power of confidence, the importance of stepping out of one's comfort zone, and the ripple effect of kindness and encouragement. It is a story that resonates with people from all walks of life, reminding them that they too can overcome their fears and achieve their dreams. The legacy years passed, and Anna's impact continued to grow. The English conversation group she had started became a cornerstone of the village, a place where people could come together to learn, grow, and support one another. Anna's efforts had not only improved the language skills of the villagers, but had also fostered a sense of community and belonging. Anna's work at the local school also bore fruit. The cultural exchange programs she had initiated had created lasting connections between the village and the wider world. Students who had participated in these programs went on to study abroad, work in international organizations, and become ambassadors of their culture. One of these students was Marta, the young girl who had once been afraid to speak English. Marta had gone on to study international relations at a prestigious university and was now working for a nonprofit organization that promoted education and cultural understanding. She often credited Anna for inspiring her to pursue her dreams and for showing her the power of language to connect people. Piotr, the middle-aged man who had gained confidence through Anna's conversation group, had also achieved great success. His improved English skills had opened up new opportunities at work, and he had been promoted to a managerial position that required him to travel internationally. Piotr often spoke of how Anna's encouragement had changed his life. If you enjoyed today's story and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We've got so many more inspiring stories, practical tips, and fun lessons coming your way to help you master English and boost your confidence. And hey, if you're feeling extra motivated, leave a comment below and tell us, what's one mistake you've made while learning English? And what did you learn from it? We'd love to hear your stories and cheer you on. Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, every step you take is progress, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and believe in yourself.